go ahead and get started with this. What we're going to do here is just give a quick overview of this emerging organization, the General Oversight Committee of this organization, and some of the things that we want to do to move forward. And not moving forward. There we go. Okay, so we're recording this, and it should be working right, even though we have multiple monitors going here. We've done the introductions. Janice and Andrew, when you guys are able to pop on, you can introduce yourselves quickly. I'll tell everybody that Janice Thompson is a colleague here at the Wilderness Society. She's actually the director of the unit that I'm in, and has been very supportive of this and has some great ideas. Andrew Brown is a colleague that I met in South Africa, and he's done a lot of conservation planning there and is very interested in getting up to speed on this as well. He probably won't have very much time to commit on this for the 3 months, but wants to get up to speed on this. So we're going to give a quick overview of the organization and background and vision, and then talk a little bit about the GO Committee roles and responsibilities. Heather's going to give a real brief tour of the online community, talk about some of our first tasks that we can move forward with, and then have a discussion. What we'll do is we'll break at 10 o'clock exactly to let people that need to go at that point, and then if there's anybody else that wants to stay on, we can continue the discussion while we're still here and while it's fresh in our minds. So what I wanted to start off with is the problem statement on the big picture. We've got a human-caused mass extinction right now. It's probably the 6th great mass extinction, and this is the first one that's caused by humans, and it's a big problem. Right now, there's the rate of extinction of extinct animals. I pulled these together. Obviously, these slides will need work in the future. That's one of the things we could work on is collaboratively is improving this presentation, this background. But yeah, it's just in one thing. Okay, it's kind of abstract. All right, so we've lost the dodo, but it's really more than that. We're really at the brink of losing some really incredible creatures, and not only are we going to lose them, it's an ethical problem, but also it's going to hurt the whole ecological integrity and fabric of our planet and have huge repercussions. But the one that really just grabs me right now is the fact that in our lifetime, we could actually be losing the tiger, like done, extinct, forever, nada. And there's just so much. This is such an amazing creature, and this picture really captures so much to me. This is a tiger that was saved, and this is its release state into a river. And you can just see the joy on this tiger as it's jumping in the river. I'm free, but also looking at humans, technology, and the scale and the boats. There's so much in this picture, and there's a whole story behind it. Just an amazing creature, and this will become a thing of legends, like dinosaurs and dodos, and it's just going to be a mural in our future society, and we'll be zooming around in our technological world, and the tiger will be extinct. And again, this is not just tigers, but there's so many other species that are going on here in our whole fabric of life, and it affects in so many ways. Here's steelhead. I used to grow up fishing for steelhead in Coho, walking down from my house into the river, and can't do that anymore. And it's just a crying shame. And in fact, Michael Soule, a very respected ecologist, man, I respect and dearly, and I just saw him give a presentation where he was talking about this, and all of a sudden he just started breaking down crying. And that's the bottom line. It's such a tragedy, and sometimes we just become immune to what's going on. And the trends are really discouraging. More and more people are getting disjunct from nature, and more people are in the urban world and getting so distracted by these things. The children these days, we got the last child in the woods. A lot of child's on video games, and just the trends of where things are going, and our embracing of technology, our desire for energy. We're not cutting down on demand of energy; we're just increasing supply. But technology is not just a problem; it's also part of the solution. And I like to view it as a double-edged sword. It's part of the problem, but it's also we've got to embrace it as part of the solution. And that's really been a major theme of my whole career of Conception Coast Project and of this emerging organization. And not only can we utilize, in Conception Coast Project, we really pioneered and moved forward with the use of GIS to help the conservation movement. And there's another technology, basically Web 2.0 and information communications technology that is kind of at a frontier right now. And with Web 2.0, we have a paradigm shift in communication that's online on the same par as handwriting, the printing press, and now Web 2.0. And it really can change the way we work as a society in enabling mass collaboration. But we really need to, it's the Wild West. We need to figure out how to harness it. And here's another book that's been really influential in my thinking on Here Comes Everybody and how to do that. Now, one of the ways to do that is an extension of what we did with Conception Coast Project is just looking at using GIS technology and moving this towards decision support system. So here at the bottom, we've got data, theory, and human values going into this computer decision support system that's human-driven and providing maps and tables that are combined with people's innate knowledge. And this could be 3 stakeholders at a table. It could be 10,000 at a process, but moving towards a wise decision. So this is one aspect of technology that is on the one side of the blade that we're grabbing onto. And one of the things that we've been looking at in this new incarnation of the organization is this idea of the collaboratory, which is dispersed science, which is scientists all over the world helping with the development of decision support systems, both with the software and with the implementation of it. So we got software developers here, we got practitioners here that are leading these efforts or facilitating these efforts. But that's a major thing of our organization, is to support this collaboratory. And then the second aspect of it is to support the collaboratives themselves. Going back to this slide here, I said this could be 3 people around the table, it could be 10,000. A collaborative is what I'm calling this angle here. Here it's a collaborative of 3 people. But the collaborative of 10,000 people can be having this web of resilience, this information, observations and data that are provided by people on the ground, citizen scientists, local scientists, professionals, but also stakeholder values and politics also going into this decision support model. That's also doing modeling and mapping and leading towards changes in ownership and management. This is all in a communication framework. One way of thinking of it is that here's the current paradigm of how decisions are made. All the people in red are the people that are making the decisions. They're the stakeholders at the table that have the information and the relative scale. These are the people that have high urgency or high legitimacy or high power, probably a combination of all 3. Now, with this whole Web 2.0 collaborative approach, you can actually allow a lot more people to participate. The cost of doing so is so much cheaper. And so now we got a lot more people in any particular geography, be it a country, a city, a region, but there's a lot more participation. And one of the untested hypotheses is that by doing so, you actually increase the legitimacy, power, and urgency of all these other people that have a really valid say. And there's a lot of benefits to this engagement, such as buy into the products by the end users, consensus building, building trust, more people to navigate the socio-political maze, building people's understanding of conservation science. There's opportunities for fieldwork in nature with the citizen science aspect, huge economies of scale, reducing the cost of data collection, and increased usefulness to the end users, to the decision makers. So getting back to the emerging best practices of Wikinomics, one of the things I gleaned from that one book by Williams and Tapscott, or Tapscott and Williams, is being open, sharing, peering, thinking globally. And there's chapters in the book for each one of these that are really fantastic. And then from the Shirky book is this idea of promise, tools, bargain. and recognizing the power law. So in starting up any organization like this, you really need to find that fine line of making a promise that's big enough but achievable, providing the tools that are useful but not distracting or noisy, and providing the bargain, like what is in it for people to participate, and can this make their lives better? Is it going to be worth their time? So as a draft mission, to summarize all that, what I want to do is I just want to pop onto the site and show you something that I came up with this morning at 6 after working with Heather and Randall about this off and on for the last 6 months. So so here we are on the site. The best way to move around the site is just to go ahead and search mission statement round 2. So something I posted this morning. And first off, take note that there's a round 1 discussion on this and brainstorming. So go ahead and link those when you come back to this. So we wanted to get the mission straight before choosing a name. So right now we're calling our organization name X. If you want, here's 2 of the top names, Landwise or Lifescape. So it makes things roll better. So let's just choose one of them. Let's just say Landwise. The long-term mission of Landwise is to stop ourselves, humanity, from destroying the rich diversity of life on Earth. The near-term mission of X is to support the Y Collaboratory. The near-term mission of Landwise is to support the Landwise Collaboratory. The Landwise Collaboratory is a community of scientists and practitioners from around the world that are building and applying spatial decision support systems designed to make collaborative conservation and restoration efforts successful. Again, this is a draft, so this could be less wordy, but that's the idea. I tried to say what I showed in those previous slides, the sentence. The midterm mission of X is to also support the Landwise Collaborative. I don't want us to get so lost in building the tool that we forget the system that we're trying to help as well. And so the collaborative is the network of stakeholders and decision makers in geographies worldwide that are informing and using the SDSS tools in finding the best economic, social, and ecological ways forward. So that is a brand new draft that people can, this is a wiki, so once you log into the community, you can edit these variations, or you can just add a comment and say what you want to say. This combines that with the other, or which one you like, so on and so forth. And so we're going to be able to have a chance to discuss this near the end of the call. This is one of our major tasks at hand is to further brainstorm and discuss the mission and the vision. But let's talk a little bit more about what is expected of the GO committee for now, and and go from there. So what I wanted to point out right now is that we are in first year. Okay, we're in first year, just really kind of working on this on the background. But I'll add that it's a year of a 12-gear car like this Lamborghini. So there's a lot to ramp forward to, and but right now, make it clear that we're just kind of in the very nation stages. But I wanted to give both, I wanted to give you, Chris, and Andrew, an update on where this is. Heather, this is really important for Heather and I because this is the first time we've had a chance to get back to this mission conversation for a while. And there's a few other people that will be watching this online that are getting up to speed as well. So as far as the GO committee, the General Oversight Committee,